What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have an Icarus Week 128 update. This week they've added rideable carts, and you can ride these buffaloes and tuskers that have the carts now. They also made a few changes here and there, and some news about 2 new animals coming next week. Let's get into it, shall we? Icarus Week 128 update gets farming carts that are now rideable. They made farming carts rideable this week, and some great feedback from the community on their usefulness. So they say they're back at a normal cadence, and they are changing the carts that is in Leica. So now you can ride them instead of having to lead them. Boy, this game changes so much. They also have a little bit of information on performance work that they're currently undertaking, particularly the Mindstone deposit and loading threads, the ones that they discussed last week. And we get a sneak peek as to what's going on next week, which is 2 new animals. This week's notable improvements is adding small dog drinking and eating animation duplicates for montages and adding unique audio for both sizes to differentiate between the small and big dogs. They updated the modifier times on the tooltips to show in minutes if over 120 seconds. They added Apex DM meshes as well as many of their blueprints for multiple buildable assets for all tiers. They also removed the ability to jump while riding mounts that have a cart attached. They also fixed issues with building pieces not hiding foliage paired with the slight GPU optimization, and sticks no longer go to your hotbar, thank God. So let's see what we can show you here from that. So really the only thing out of that I can think of to show you is the sticks. So sticks no longer go to your bar, they just go into your inventory, as you see here. So it's no longer going straight to your bar whenever you pick up sticks, thank God. I'm really glad that that was changed like that. I really am. You can still have them go to your bar if you want to, just gotta put them on your bar first. And of course they'll just sit there and stack in the bar. We're gonna try to fix our Brocolo here. See if we can't upload it to get it fixed, maybe? And then just bring it down and see if it's broken still. I think we might have to put him down. I don't know how to fix him. What is that horse doing with his neck? Oh God!
Oh God!
Also this week they have the rideable farming carts, which is the main feature of this week's update. Basically all 3 of the new carts that they added in Leica are now rideable. They also go on to say that you can control it while you're riding it or next to it, and only the Buffalo and Tusker, of course, can have these carts. The watering cart changed a little bit. It will automatically fill itself up from nearby sources when it interacts with the mount, and the watering process only activates whenever you come across dirt mounds that need watered. The seeding cart works like this. The seeding cart will do both dirt and seeds, so it'll do dirt mounds and seeds with dirt and seeds in the inventory. If you only have seeds, it will only plant it into dirt mounds. If you only have dirt, it will only create dirt mounds. And basically the harvesting cart is the same. It's basically harvests anything that the player has actually grown. Of course, no wild bushes or flora will be collected. And of course, the speed of the mount being used to pull the cart does have an impact on the modifier of the speed of the cart. So keep this in mind when using it. Now, every single one of the carts will give you a saddle that you can ride on. So you can ride every single one of the carts. You can also access the carts, of course, and you're supposed to be able to access the carts from the cart. So if you hit X while you're riding, if you look at the bottom right of the screen here, it says toggle device on and off. We can toggle the device on and off. Doesn't actually tell me if it's on or off, which is a problem, I think, maybe, but okay, yeah. So when we toggle the device on, it does go much slower. When the device is off, you will ride much faster, for sure. We're going to fill up this cart here with some bullets now. We're going to fill up the cart here with some dirt and some seed here. We got some tomato seeds and some fiber seed. We're just going to throw all that in there. And we're going to go ahead and hit X and start planting. And we can hear it planting behind us. So we're going to trot along here and do some planting. So we've run out of seeds, and as you can see, we planted a ton of tomatoes behind us. But we still have plenty of dirt in here. Apparently it does plant while you're, so make sure before you turn around, it does plant in circles like that. So we still got some dirt in here. We're gonna let it just sit there and kind of place some dirt holes. So we demonstrated it planting seeds and soil, and of course it planted just little plots whenever it had just soil in its inventory. So now we're going to stick just seeds in its inventory. So we're going to take these out of there so they don't plant no more. Here we got some potato seeds, and we're going to hop on and watch it plant over this. It's not letting me actually look at it, but as you can hear, it planting behind me. It's planting potatoes behind us. So if you put seeds in there, it's a little bit more useful. I still believe that it's probably not as good as farming in the best crop plots with perks and no spoils and all that good stuff. But this is the seeding cart, and what it does, let's show you the watering cart. It's pretty much the same. Here we are on the watering cart. All we have to do is hit X to turn it on, and it will start watering plots next to us. Kind of see some of them getting watered there. Very nice. And it looks like it's watering a decent area actually around it. So it looks like it may be able to water at least 2 rows at a time. And we're just going to water this little tail here where I turned around. And then we'll come back once it's full. Now, see, it's not going to sit there and waste any water while you're riding around when you hit X. But if you hit X, you'll definitely run faster with the water cart, as you can see here. The water cart is relatively slow. All carts are relatively slow now whenever you have them activated. So it's a little easier to tell. We're just going to water all these holes for fun. There we go. So yeah, that's the water cart, and it works quite well. Also should fill up around other resources. Looks like we're at about 261 liters. So we're gonna ride down here to the place where we used to fill up manually, and all we have to do is hit X to fill from nearby canisters or containers. Hold X. And that filled it up from the barrel it's right next to. And finally, we have the harvesting cart. It basically harvests whatever's in the ground from these little plots. All you have to do is hit X on it as well, and it'll start harvesting things from the ground. And you can just turn around and harvest some more. And it does harvest from crop plots, so if you got crop plots laid out, you can harvest from your crop plots and they'll replant, actually. They replant. And we can see here we have a ton of fiber we just gathered. We got some more seeds too that we can plant. So yeah, that's the new carts and their improvements. What do you think? I'm probably going to still keep using my crop plots, to be honest with you. I don't know, I might plant some mass vegetables out here if I'm actually sitting here and watching them. But if I'm out doing other things other than babysitting my base and my vegetables, I'm probably just going to use the no spoil perks for your crop plots. So still, they're much more useful than they were. I'll give them that. This week, they also go over Mind Rock and performance improvements. So basically, they're saying that they were working on it. They ran into issues and couldn't release it last week. Also ran into issues this week, which means that they're going to have to take more time for them to iron out the issues. And they go on to say every single time that you modify a stone and you go through the world, it's all blocks. It's all in blocks. So every time you load that block, it causes a hitch because you're loading thousands of instances of something and the modifications done to those objects all at once, which is causing a lot of the hitching issues. And they go on to explain a little bit more about how they're going to try to put it into another thread so it keeps from doing that. And maybe we'll take some of that issue away, but they're still testing and they didn't get it out this week. We also get news that next week we're getting Pugs and Laika, a new dog for everybody. So next week they're adding 2 new dogs. They're adding Laika, which is going to be for everybody, and then the Pug, which is going into the Pet Companions pack or DLC that everybody didn't. And we got change log. The change log. They basically, in the new content section, is what we've already went over. We'll skim over the fixed section this week. It's kind of large. Carved wood beds now weigh 1 kilogram instead of 10. They added the bestiary for the Dribbo. They say they added the ability to consume meds in the medicine pouch. So all you gotta do is actually open up the inventory of the satchel and then right click and hit consume. And now you can actually consume your meds. You don't have to get them out or use them. You can use them straight from the satchel inventory here. I'm fairly sure this is new. They got the food buffs active here, status effects. That's something else they mentioned. They also adjusted the taming temperature so creatures found in the Arctic are easier to tame in cooler environments, and creatures found in warmer environments can be tamed in higher temperatures. Coming in with a slight nerf here, very slight reduction to Moa movement speed. So it looks like they nerfed the Moa. They also nerfed Horses and Tenaris, mainly through reduction of their talents. Both have movement speed increasing talents that reduce their sprint speed, but these are currently not reducing the sprint speed. Will be readdressed when the bug is fixed. Honestly, if you ask me, this right here is not the direction you need to go. You need to go in the direction of letting people move around these huge maps faster. Said they fixed the Honeymead stat order. Looks like they made buffaloes and tuskers faster, but reduced their speeds whenever they have a cart. They also increased the inventory of the pack saddle. That was it for the fixed section. Let's move on to future content. Looks like we're getting stair corners. They mentioned a CHAC pistol a few times, and they increased the overflow capacity further for future proofing and removed burnt unharvested trees. And that's really it for that changelog. As mentioned last week, we are starting our Build 4.0 video, which means we're recording your base in Icarus if you want us to. Join our Discord, link is in the description down below and also on our homepage of our channel. And contact me on the 31st. We'll make the announcement on that week when we do the update video as well. So in about 2 weeks, we'll start recording for that, and we hope to see your base. Of course, if you don't know what Build is, it is basically where we go in and record your base, give you full credit in a YouTube video, and show everybody who wants to watch the video. I think it's a really good learning thing for people as well that are new to Icarus. They get to see some nice base builds, get some design ideas, all that good stuff. So in 2 weeks, we'll start recording for that. And thank you to the late night crew: KHX, Sergio, Wolfie, Sandy, Silver, John, Rodnob, EMC2, Aaron, Steady Bob, Jim K72, Kristen, Jaybird, Fubar, Chris, Sky Reaper 1, Sanchez, Valiant, Alpha, Fabio, Hagar, Jason, Micah, Tyler, Fredneck Teddy, Darkside, Lizard on a Stick, William, Lewis, and Booper. Thank you so much for being part of the late night crew and for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, supporters, as well. And that's it for this video. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Subscribing to the channel will get you Icarus update videos just like this one and more. And hopefully, we'll see you next time. Hey, at least I could give my buffalo belly rubs, right? Peace.